All right, let's get into your Plazm health report for day 60. And today, well, the price is telling one story, but what's happening on chain, that's a whole different conversation. Let's dig in.
But first, just a quick reminder, this is all for educational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice. Please always do your own research.
Okay, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The price? It's down 8.5% today. We went from about $1.72 down to $1.58. And look, I get it. A drop like that makes you ask the question, right? Is this a sign of weakness? Well, if you only look at the price, maybe. But if you look at what's actually happening on the blockchain, the real story is accumulation. Let me show you what I mean. So, how can I say accumulation when the price is down? It's all about what the holders are doing. Instead of panicking, they're actually digging in deeper. Check this out. The amount of Plazm being staked, it jumped by a whopping 7.4% in just the last 24 hours. That's a huge move toward long-term conviction.
And at the same time, the amount of Plazm that's even available to be sold, it's shrinking. Yesterday, 5% of the total supply was liquid. Today, it's down to just 4%. That float is getting seriously tight.
And on top of that, another 310 Plazm tokens were just, poof, gone forever. Burned right out of circulation.
So when you put all the pieces of the puzzle together, this is what you get. You've got 56% staked, 28% in liquidity pools, 12% already burned, which leaves just 4%. 4% of the entire supply is actually floating around. That, my friends, is a textbook supply squeeze in the making.
Okay, so holders are clearly confident. But is the protocol itself pulling its weight? Are the engines running smoothly? Let's take a look under the hood.
And the answer is a big yes. The real yield engine has been cranking, pulling in another $544 in claimed profits just since yesterday. That's cold, hard cash flowing right back into the system.
And it's not just earning today, it's building for tomorrow. The protocol added another 27 DexFi bonds to its treasury. Think of these as little profit-generating machines for the future, so its earning power is actually growing.
Now, you might see this number for the defense pools and think, wait, it's a little lower than yesterday, but here's the thing, that's actually a great sign. It means the system is doing its job, deploying 1% a day to actively defend and support the protocol. It's working exactly like it's supposed to.
All right, so today's on-chain health check looks rock solid. So what's coming up? Let's look out over the next week.
So this gives us a forecast of token releases. And you can see there's one day we're going to want to keep an eye on. Tomorrow, day 61, we've got a larger than usual release of about 13,800 Plazm scheduled.
So is the protocol ready for that? Well, let's see. The total potential sell pressure for the entire week comes out to about $88,500. And the defense pools? They're sitting on almost 81,000. That's 91% coverage for the whole week. So yeah, the system is more than ready.
And you know we're always keeping one eye on the big calendar date. We are now officially just 18 days away from that massive unlock on day 78. That's still the major milestone we're all tracking.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Day 60 is a perfect example of why you can't just look at the price. You have to look at the whole story.
I mean, look at this contrast. On one hand, you've got an 8.5% price drop, which looks like weakness. But on the other hand, you have staking up over 7%. Liquid supply dropping, and the real yield engine just humming along. This isn't weakness, folks. This is conviction.
The bottom line for today is simple, and it's powerful. Holders saw a lower price and they didn't run for the exits. They ran to grab more. The supply compression we've been talking about, it's not just continuing, it's speeding up.
And speaking of supply compression, that is such a critical topic that we're going to give it its own deep dive. So be sure to join us for part 2, where we'll break down all the long-term dynamics as we get closer and closer to day 78. You're not going to want to miss it. See you then.